Welcome back. What's up?
Howdy.
It's been a while. It's been a couple weeks since we've had an episode. I know you've missed me. I know. It's okay. I'm back. Hey guys.
Hey.
What's up?
Oh, stuff.
How you doing? Ryan? Zach? You were the second Zach to be on the show. Yeah.
Who was the first?
Zach Manzani.
Oh,
Zach Manzani.
Beef. Beef.
Himself.
Dang it.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right. You're the only Zach to be on the show with a K in your name.
No, it's an H.
Now there's a K.
You didn't do your research.
I need to just change something real quick.
Oh my god.
Just backspace. Oh, backspace. I spelled all of it wrong. Well, welcome to the show, guys. We have Ryan Byrd.
Hello.
Zach Henson.
Say hello.
Brother of beloved Nick Henson.
Hey guys.
Who's also been on the show. You've been on the show.
Second
as well.
Zach.
Yeah.
First
With an
bird.
H.
With age.
With age.
And then we had an episode of two Zachs at once. That was a lot.
Oh
Zacapalooza.
god.
But
I
they're
wish
so cute, you know?
I wish I was that podcast.
Ryan, this is your first time here. How do you feel?
Oh, good. That's all.
Good?
You don't seem good.
Oh, it's.
Have you had
I'm bad with
a warm-up beer before coming on the show? You can be honest.
one or two.
Right. Fair enough. Help to build rapport. We call that rapport in the industry. That's what they mean when they're saying that.
Loosen up. Have a couple drinks.
Loosey-goosey.
Feeling it.
You feeling pretty goosey right now?
I'm feeling
You
very
feel-
goosey.
You feel open to a lot of things?
How are you feeling? You feeling pretty like
Pretty
open mind?
Yeah.
If I just kissed you, like what would happen?
I don't know.
Like if I just
should
played
try
like if I just turned on 303 right now and kissed you, like what would happen?
My energy
I'm
would
just
be
curious.
Well, that's 311.
Amped?
Oh, man.
Don't shout out Amped Energy on my show, dude. We are sponsored by V8 Energy.
I said Amber.
Amber Rose?
Yes.
No. I don't endorse her.
Speaking of
Quality
sponsorships,
podcast.
we are not sponsored by V8, but I do want to take a quick second to shout out to my personal sponsor, Exo Protein. I have one of their cricket bars here. I'm going to give you a little... That's pretty nice, right? It's got a nice crackle.
It sounds amazing.
Yeah. So get closer to your microphone. Get in there. Nice and deep. There you go.
Sounds good, Liam.
So Exo Protein does not sponsor Vertical Thoughts. They're my personal sponsor, but they didn't ask me to. But I'm just giving them a little shout out here on the show. If you guys have not tried them, cricket protein is a much more renewable, environmentally friendly source of protein, and I really enjoy them. Have you guys tried these?
Yeah, I think I had one. I think I had the blueberry one. Give me that.
You want a little piece?
Yeah, I'll try.
Dude,
I'll try some of the cookie dough.
over.
Yeah, have a little piece of this. This is the chocolate chip cookie dough. This is probably my favorite flavor.
Oh yeah, let me just try this.
Pass one down to Ryan.
Oh god, this tastes like shit.
not on the podcast, Zach.
No, that's good.
Yeah, it tastes like a cookie.
Yeah.
Just like crickets.
They're protein rich, 16 grams. It's not bad. Use code Liam10 for 10% off. I'm just going to plug that. It's my podcast, whatever, you know. Again, they don't sponsor us, Vertical Thoughts. They sponsor me personally, but frankly, I just wanted to give them a shout out because they've been really cool and supplying us with some awesome bars to fuel our climbing trips. And it's true, crickets do make you climb harder.
They make me climb harder.
Crickets make me do everything harder.
Harder, yeah.
Yeah. I'm glad we're in agreement. It's cool to see, some interracial agreements.
This is a very sexual
Some white on
podcast.
brown.
I thought you were Filipino.
I'm feeling your Beano, you know what I'm saying? What's up?
You guys, I can leave.
I'm sweating.
You want to
All
be
right.
alone?
Stay.
We're here to talk about rock
Someone
climbing.
needs to record.
Do you even climb, Ryan? I've seen
Barely.
you on the wall, dude. Would you call yourself a climber?
Yeah. I haven't climbed in a while, but I get on and off the wall every once in a while. It's
Yeah.
fun to get back in there, but kind of really off and on with it.
Was there ever a point where you were like I rock climb, like that's what I do, or has
Oh,
it always
yeah.
just been like a hobby?
Actually, I think it was before you showed up.
Okay.
Definitely when Zach was around. There was a time where I climbed. Actually, my favorite story to tell is when I first started climbing, I would go every day because I lived just down the street from Vital. And
It's always nice.
the first time I had to cancel my membership because I just couldn't afford it, I was still the most signed in person for 3 months after
Oh my God.
I canceled my membership.
That's crazy.
I went every day. I loved it.
Yeah.
And then things change and times you get older and all that kind of stuff. So-
And dude, honestly, the distance makes a huge, huge difference. Like for me, when we moved, we used to live also 2 minutes away from Vital, and we moved here, and we're maybe 15 minutes away. By no means far. but I'm still like,
It's adventure.
might as well just drive to Joshua Tree.
Oh my god.
It's like 2 hours, but I don't know. It's just, it really like makes all the difference. That's why when I go to the climbing gym, I'm there for like 5 hours because it's the same thing when I get there. I'm like, I gotta go home. Or it's like it's 11 light years away. It's like the moon. Like,
Yeah, might as well be.
yeah.
Get
So
our-
Dude, let me tell you some backstory.
give me some backstory about his backstory.
How I met this cat.
Yeah.
I was like a little kid. I was like I was a freshman. Yeah.
Little like
you're 16.
Yeah, I was
Young.
16. Yeah.
Young boy.
I've known this guy for like what, like 6 years,
6
7 years. Yeah.
that's hot.
And I was like the spazzy little
been
kid in
pissed
the
that whole
gym.
time.
I was like the little Grom. I was like
Little
a
Grom.
spazzy little kid.
Well, like
Oh my god, I hate. Okay,
Yeah, you hated me.
I hated.
were
him.
you
He
buff?
hated me.
No.
No, I was skinny as shit.
Just Nick was buff back then.
Yeah, Nick was super buff.
We
dude.
talked about that on the show. I was like, Nick, you want to explain why you were 8 with abs?
He really, dude, he used to beat the shit out of me all the time. All the time, dude.
How the tables.
Have not turned. No, dude, he used to punch me dead in the center of my back, and I'd
the
lose
worst.
all the air in my body. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah, I met him at the gym, Vital, like 6 years ago, and I was just like a spazzy little annoying kid, and he freaking hated my guts, dude. But then I think, didn't I invite you surfing or something?
You invited me surfing, and then
Yeah.
it was history.
Ah,
from
yeah,
there.
yeah.
We became good friends.
Yeah.
The ocean welds boys together. Nice.
Ooh, that was a
yeah,
good
give
one.
me one, dude. Yeah.
I'll pass it on.
Pay it forward.
Felt it.
Yeah.
Hey, can I buy you guys a beer?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Got one down there.
Here you go.
Pours it through the hand.
Just tap built into my arm, like IV style.
Oh, fuck. That's so gross.
All right, so we're here a little bit to talk about different body types of climbing. We by no means represent the full spectrum of body types in rock climbing. I think for the most part, we're all pretty close to the same. There's 3 main body types. You guys may or may not have heard this before. There's ectomorph body type, long and lean, basically is the easiest way to remember that. You're, low fat, low muscle, generally like more delicate frame. You know what I mean? No like strong features in your body, just kind of like more slender. That type of person finds it difficult to build muscle and fat. Put on weight is like really, really difficult because of really high levels of metabolism. Then you have an endomorph body type, the opposite, right? So you're stockier, wider framed, regardless of like fat or muscle percentage, you're a wider person. It's easier to gain weight and to gain muscle or turn that weight into muscle, but you store both of them easily in the lower half of your body. So you store fuel, basically, or energy, which is muscle and fat, in the lower half of your body very easily. Usually more muscle. If your body type is that you build more muscle easily, then you also probably build fat easier too, because you just take on weight easier. And you have the best strength advantage. In other words, you're probably usually naturally strong, but you would find it difficult to lean out if you needed to, if you're like a runner or something like that. And slow metabolism usually is a big part of that. And then there's a third that's mesomorph, which is like middling. It's like right in the middle of the two. You know what I mean? Usually like muscular frame, like low fat percentage, but high muscle content. Both lean and muscly, and like naturally more athletic. And, just like middle of the ground metabolism. So knowing that information will make it easy. We'll just do like A, B, and C. Which one would you consider yourself as? We're not physiologists, obviously, but just knowing that information.
I think I'd be mesomorph.
Okay. So
Yeah.
the middle of the ground.
Definitely in the middle. I've been like
I can see that.
I've been 175 for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
I've never like stooped up or stooped below, depending on like how much I've ate or like how little I work out.
Yeah.
I've always been right on 175. But yeah.
Do you know your body mass index?
Yeah, I'm like borderline overweight. If I gain 10 more pounds, I'm overweight. Because I'm
You're muscly though.
Yeah, I'm 5'10", but I weigh 175.
Do you know
it's like
you're
right over?
Do you know
right
you're
under.
like
So then I'm overweight then. Thank you. I feel so
it's
much
okay.
better.
Just kidding. Ryan,
I'm still pretty.
Yeah, like
dude, beautiful.
I understand that. Like I have muscle, but I'm like, why am I like 10 pounds away from being
Yeah.
overweight?
Muscles, very heavy,
Yeah,
heavier than fat.
yeah.
There's a picture out there somewhere where they compare the two. Like there's a big old blob of fat, 5 pounds, and this tiny little
pound
slab of meat.
5 pounds of muscle, 5 pounds of fat.
muscle,
Yeah, muscle's extremely heavy. Ryan, what about you? Are you type B? Endomorph?
Forgot which one that was already. I apologize.
That's
I think you're a mesomorph.
or you? Yeah, I was gonna say, are you more middle?
I would say middle because as you guys know, I had surgery on my neck. I haven't been able to go to the gym or climb or do any kind of like hard physical activity for 3 weeks now.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, I have not like taken care of my diet. I've been eating like crap, burritos and fast food and just whatever I want, high sugar, all this kinds of stuff. And in those 3 weeks, I've only gained 2 pounds, maybe.
Do you find it easy to build muscle?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially since I've been going to the gym for such a long time, I got that muscle memory.
Yeah.
So I find that even if I take a long time off, there's a time where I took like 6 months off because I was just being lazy, and I went back to the gym, gained it all back in like a month or two. Mm. So I gained pretty easy. It's real.
So you do. Well, I guess I'll let you explain it, but you do more like muscle building exercises as opposed to climbing. Right?
Yeah, I there was a time where I was trying to do both, but as I'm getting older, my body can't take it. Like my joints are starting to hurt, elbows, wrists, all kinds of stuff. Mm-hmm. So I decided to choose, going to the gym, lifting weights and stuff because it's more enjoyable for me. I've been doing it for so long; it's more of a habit than climbing is to me. Been doing it for a little less time. So I gave up climbing to go to the gym and, make sure I didn't hurt myself too much. So I could at least do one and still stay in shape. Yeah. But I still enjoy climbing. I still love going out with you guys, going outdoors and just trying to climb, even though sometimes I can't even get off the ground.
Yeah. Dude, I'm way on the other spectrum. Like, I hate lifting weights.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. I hate lifting weights.
There you go. Get in there for the people, yeah.
No, dude, I hate it.
Same.
I hate repetitive motion. It's like my least favorite thing.
Absolutely same. And it's, I don't know, like maybe that has nothing to do with fitness. Maybe that's just more of like a mental thing.
Dude, I can't hear you say fitness without finishing that joke.
Yeah?
But you don't have to.
Yeah. You hear that episode that we had about setting?
Yeah, I did.
What about setting these nuts on your face?
Fuck. Oh. I'm gonna get up and leave.
This podcast is over.
I'm done.
You'll be contacted by my lawyers.
Cool. I'm your lawyer.
None of them.
No, yeah, it's for me like
We're the same lawyer.
Weightlifting, running. I'm both of your lawyers.
Whoa.
I'll be hearing from myself.
It's like I want to sue him, and then in court you're just running on other side.
Your Honor, this man is a fool.
It's opposite day. You can't do that.
All right.
If you win, do we still pay you?
Yes.
Oh, jeez.
You pay me either way.
Yeah,
I'm
you
paid
get
by the
paid.
hour. Yeah.
No,
get paid.
I don't know how lawyers work, apparently.
All right.
Get back to this topic.
The repetitive motion drives me out a little bit. I used to run track, and then I decided that running is awful.
Yeah.
I would say running is a lot of repetitive movement in a circle.
Yes.
Unless you're doing like what is it, triathlons or the Spartan races?
Sure.
Yeah.
There's certainly more exciting ways to run.
Yeah.
Like if someone ran at you with a chainsaw, it might be a little more stimulating than if you're just like running down the street.
Halloween event.
Dude, I
yeah.
hate running. That's like my least favorite. I was thinking about joining the Navy like 5 years ago. I can't remember. And the one thing I was afraid of was running. I was like, I can do all of the swimming because I did swim and water polo in high school.
Yeah.
And I love swimming, but I hate running.
There's just something about just my feet just clopping on the ground and just like I can feel it in my shins. And like, I'd rather climb. Let's just go up.
Dude,
think vertically.
When I run, I feel like a heat in my chest, and I'm like just spitting up. Like
we're so
disgusting.
out of shape.
Yeah, we are. Just like, yeah.
I know there's people listening to this that are just like, freaking preach. And there's people that are running listening to this. I don't know what these guys are talking about. Freaking idiots. No, I maybe should run more, and I would agree with that. But that kind of like just exercising. I struggle to stay any kind of motivated when I'm doing it. That's why climbing saved me and like really helped me improve my BMI and like my muscle percentage, because it was just like, dude, I had nothing.
Yeah.
I was very small. If you don't follow me on Instagram, go on Instagram and just scroll down, like way down. Look at those arms, dude.
Yeah. I remember
There's a few pictures
Big boy
where it
arms.
looks like Liam's not in it. He's just turned sideways.
Dude, I just have like a torso. There's like no arms.
Yeah.
And then some power thighs. A torso and power thighs. That's all I got to
The
offer.
biggest thighs, but no upper body. It's so
Breeze would blow
strange.
you away.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah,
Just
I
the
would.
top half of me. You blow me away every time I see you. So beautiful. You're welcome.
I'm a little jealous.
Yeah.
No, yeah, I do remember you coming in the gym and being kind of like skinnier.
Yeah.
But you're-
Even
you're
in the
thick
last
now.
2 years, I've built on a lot of muscle.
Yeah, thick
And
boy.
then in the first like 3 years of climbing, I mean, if you haven't picked this up by now, I'm like all inclusively type A. I'm ectomorphic. I can't put on weight, like hardly at all.
Yeah.
It's very difficult for me to build muscle and fat.
Mm-hmm.
My metabolism is crazy fast to the point where like I can be like dead face drunk, and in like an hour I will be sober again because my metabolism.
All right, Captain America.
Metazolizards. No, it's honestly, it's the
Tap bolt
most
action.
bizarre thing. And I didn't drink until I was 21, and I'm only 22 now. And so I've only been drinking for a year. And to be honest, that has been the weirdest part of it for me is that we will like,
Liam.
you guys probably remember we had our housewarming party
Yeah.
here. And like, everyone was drunk. We were playing beer.
Joe
beer
got
pong.
so drunk. Dude.
Joe was very
I
drunk.
was
Joe,
so happy.
do that again. That was awesome.
Always be drunk, Joe.
Yeah.
Just kidding, don't.
Don't. That's bad. That's
Only
really
in
unhealthy.
appropriate
Perpetually
settings.
Yeah.
drunk.
Yeah. He didn't drive though. He
No,
stayed
he
here,
didn't.
my guest room.
I love that
It
story.
was really cool.
That's the best story I've ever heard.
I decided to explain to him what had happened previously in the bed he was sleeping in. But anyways, that's neither here nor
Sorry. I didn't
story
mean to
for a
force
different
you into
time.
that,
Yeah. But we were here, and like, dude, by the time like probably midnight rolled around, people were still drunk, and I was just not anymore. And I was just like, "Can you all leave? You're all talking so loud, and you're just like, you're just drunk,
And you're
like,
tired.
yeah, I just came down, and then I asked the question to my kinesiologist because I just throw stuff at him like that all the time. And you visited him,
Yeah.
my chiropractor and
Super cool
kinesiologist,
guy.
and I always just throw questions about physiology at him because he's super educated about
Mm.
that stuff. So I was just like, hey, why don't I stay drunk? And he was just like, oh, high metabolism, same reason you're so skinny. I was like,
Yeah.
makes sense. I mean, your body processes things faster. I don't know if that means that I like get drunk faster. I don't know how that works, but I do know like your body just goes through those things faster. And so for me, like putting on weight has always been the struggle. I weighed myself 2 days ago and I was like 150.01, and I was just like, yes.
What's your normal weight?
148. It says it on my license, dude. That's how you know it's like always been 148.
Damn, dude.
Yeah, for like the last decade.
Do you think you like? Are you not happy with like your body weight and type?
So that's a good question, actually. That's like part of what we're going to talk about tonight. So it's situation dependent. So before I answer that, I'll hit you with a question. You guys, both of you. For rock
I
climbing
don't like
specifically,
physical contact.
it's too bad.
Okay.
You and I are going to have some physical contact. All right?
You're gonna hit me.
You agree. You signed the waiver to come on the show.
Dude, I didn't
You
sign
know
it.
what you got into.
I didn't sign anything.
Yeah,
I was
you don't
gonna do
need a
that on the
waiver.
show.
You love it.
You're right. You're right. You're right.
So, rock climbing specifically, in your opinion, and in your experience in rock climbing, which of those three body types do you think works best for climbing? If you were like to build a rock climber, someone was like, "All right, you're going to put together a rock climber."
I get to be God right now.
Yes,
Rock
we're
climbing God.
playing God.
I already have my answer.
Let's
Yeah.
go for it.
A all day.
Okay,
All day.
Lean and mean.
Lean and me.
lean and mean,
Lean and mean. dude.
long and strong.
It's always the strongest of boys that are the skinniest of boys. You
That's
like
true.
you walk into a gym, not to be like that guy, but like you walk into a gym and you're like, oh, that guy just crushed a V10. I'm like,
Where? I can't
the
see
guy
him.
behind him. I'm like, like I walked into like a Starbucks, and what's that guy's name? He used to be a setter at Jesse,
Jesse.
his brother. Remember how strong that guy was?
I don't know if I ever met his brother.
I think his name was Spencer. I don't remember. But I think I went to the Starbucks with Joe, and he was like, "Did you see that guy right there? That dude fucking crushes V12." And I'm just like, "What that
Which
guy?" I'm like, "Chew." And I was like, "Respect, dude. Respect."
Yeah, it's that. I would say that's true. So, would you agree with that?
Kind of. I mean,
Lean and mean.
yeah. I don't know. Looking at the guys that are climbing at our gym and around other gyms and the famous guys that I every so often see, they are pretty lean. They're pretty small.
Yeah.
But I mean, looking at you two, you guys were just talking about it, how as you've been climbing, you've been gaining muscle.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like a
There's a little give and take for sure.
Like it might be the middle ground where you kind of just even out. You stay a certain way.
Yeah. So it's a tricky one because there really is, statistically anyways, there's no ideal body type for climbing, depending on what you're climbing. However, in some surveys that have been completed, like one that was done by cruxcrush.com, and they referenced someone else's survey, I believe, and forgive me if I can't reference whose it was, but on average, climbers were just leaner and a little taller than like the national average for the United States in general. Because, you know, the average for the United States, I think the average men's height in the United States is 5'9", and then the average weight is like 177 or something like that.
I'm above average, finally.
Yeah. So I mean, the average American is overweight. We'll face that dead on, right?
Yeah,
so
really
the average
American
rock climber, though, is longer and leaner than that. Now, maybe that's just, I don't know. You know, I don't know what makes that up. I don't know if that kind of person is drawn to it. But let's throw some numbers out there, dude. I'm gonna reference, all right, some very well-known professional climbers. These are people that climb at the top level, best in the game, and I'll tell you, for some of this information is not readily available, so I do apologize to our listeners, but a lot of it actually is. So some of it is approximations or based on what I could find, but I'll just go down my list here. So let's start with, Adam Ondra, right? You know him.
Yeah.
I know him.
Yeah.
We know him. We're buds.
You love him.
Adam.
I know of him.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Oh, him and I are. For those listening, I am twisting my pointer and index finger to suggest that we are close together.
Yeah.
Yeah, we are.
Do we have
Adam
a
Ondra
special
is
surprise guest on the show today.
Welcome, Adam Ondra. What? Just comes in, Spider-Man's on the wall.
Oh my God.
Sorry, I'm late.
Runs away. Doesn't say a word.
That'd be awesome.
He just lays in the back like that.
Yeah, with
Even
the
the
cat.
people listening know his presence.
He is 5'11",
Okay.
approximately 130 pounds. Very lean.
Very.
Shit.
That's light for 5'11".
That's insane.
It's a small boy.
Daniel Woods, also again V16 boulderer. Both of them are V16 boulderers. Daniel Woods also at the top level of rock climbing. Daniel Woods is 5'7" and 135 pounds. Very different body types.
Yeah.
Chris Sharma, national climbing legend. You know what I mean? Kind of like the godfather of hard climbs. This guy's been putting up hard climbs for decades. He's 6 feet tall, almost exactly, and roughly 165 pounds. So now we're getting into someone a little bigger, right? And Chris Sharma looks strong. And like that's when you get kind of the difference where you look at Adam Ondra and he's lean, he's all muscle. You know what I mean? There's no fat anywhere. He is tall, but he makes himself look taller by how lean he is.
Yeah.
And the fact that he competes with the Japanese men's team and they're all like 5'8".
Yeah.
So he kind of towers above them. But and then you have professional climber Jan Hoyer, who is 6'2" and 170 pounds. He's big.
Yeah.
He also competes with Adam Ondra. You know what I mean? So there is a good spread in terms of like the professional men's climbers. And again, I'm not representing everyone there. There's bigger guys and there's smaller guys out there. But in terms of the people who climb like at the upper levels, you have people that look strong, where you would see him just on the street and you'd be like, that guy, whatever he does it really hard. Like for me, like Chris Sharma's always been an example of that.
Yeah, definitely.
Always shredded, you know what I mean? Like bigger looking guy, very muscly,
Big back.
6 feet. Yeah. Big back.
Yeah.
Another good example is Jimmy Webb. Jimmy Webb, especially when he's climbing, looks huge.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Big arms, big shoulders, big back. And then, you get someone like Daniel Woods, who just is a smaller frame. He's just more slender. You know what I mean? He's built in different ways, but it doesn't necessarily become like indicative of climbing hard in this instance anyways. And then let's get into some of the females. So female climbers on average are obviously much smaller than male climbers. And that's, national averages is what we're playing. It's not just rock climbing.
Yeah.
Let's start with Ashima Shirayashi. She is 5'1" and 90 pounds. Mm-hmm. Pretty small. She is 18, I believe.
Okay. I was going to say, like, well, how old is she? Is she still growing? That kind of thing?
Probably. Probably, maybe not much. But she's an adult person. But she was sending, V13 when she was like 12 or 10 or something like that. And she was, back then, she was not 5'1" and 90 pounds. And the cat's over here stealing the show again. Yeah, just muscle her off the table.
We'll just sit here in silence. Sorry for the listeners.
I'm going to pet her.
There she goes. Yeah.
This is ASMR,
Yeah.
the cat version.
That noise that you're hearing is Zach slapping my cat.
Sorry, guys. Gotta be done.
No cats are harmed in the making of this podcast.
She really likes this.
loves this.
Yeah.
Watch the YouTube video, you'll see.
All right, enough.
Okay. So that's Ashima. Sasha DeJulian.
How's your cat?
DeJulian. It's DeJulian, I know, but just for those, 5'2",
Good job. You're doing great.
105 pounds.
Damn.
Similar body type, similar build. Two names that I found very specifically were, well, actually, I don't even remember one of them. I remember Kyra Condi. Kyra Condi's 5'7". Mm-hmm. She's a little bit taller. There was one more person, Sierra Blair Coyle. That's who it was. She's also 5'7". So, a little bit taller.
She's 5'7"?
She's 5'7".
Dude,
she's
she
taller.
looks taller.
Yeah. I think by comparison, a lot of the time she looks taller, and also because she's very slender. You know what I mean? She's so lanky. Well,
I've never seen her in person, but she looks like she's 6 foot.
Yeah. And I often look taller than I am too because I'm lanky. And so I get that comment a lot. Well, you're tall. And I'm 1 inch above the national average. I don't know if I would call that tall. I definitely wouldn't call it short, but I would just call that average.
Yeah.
So what do you think that spread of numbers of data tells us about the sport, about rock climbing?
Well, what I would assume is that these guys are working on various different things to kind of help them become stronger climbers. So if they feel like they're weaker in certain areas, then they probably work on those areas. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. That's my opinion, at least. So
it comes down to more than just your body type.
Yeah, I think they're training in a lot of various ways to, for instance, I felt like my endurance was really low, so I started training in endurance. I'm not comparing myself to these people, but I'm assuming that's probably what they do.
Yeah. Do you think that maybe building endurance was more difficult for you carrying more weight?
Definitely, yeah. Running 4x4s and pyramids were really rough, especially down by the end of the pyramid or at the end of my set of 4x4s. I felt like I was dropping a sack of potatoes. Yeah. Just hitting mat and just really having a hard time.
Yeah, so you have to be as strong as you are heavy with rock climbing.
Definitely.
There's no way to make up the difference. If you're heavier, you have to be stronger.
You got to pull all that weight up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Ryan, you climbing, I guess now when you climb, a little more rarely, do you find that you feel your weight more?
Oh, yeah. When I first started climbing, I was 172, I believe.
Okay. Roughly
I was a big
pretty close
boy.
to Zach's weight. Yeah.
And I got up to, what are the purples in the gym?
V6, V7.
Yeah, I started climbing that before I stopped climbing. So,
Yeah.
And now at 197, I can feel the difference. There's not a lot of climbs that are easy for me now.
Yeah.
I still struggle a little bit. I'm trying to remember one. There was one in the gym not too long ago where I looked at it and I was like, man, I used to fly up these when I was 172 pounds, which, as we just discussed, is still pretty heavy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But now I'm struggling. I'm out of breath. I can't hold on. I'm slipping off, even with chalk all over my hands.
Well, I think the saying applies, if you don't use it, you lose it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, your tendons are probably weakening. You're, you don't have the same muscle groups that you used to have.
Yeah.
If you don't climb for a month and then you get back in the gym, your arms feel like wet noodles.
Oh, yeah.
You try to snap and you can't because you're rebuilding those muscles. They're tearing again. You know?
Yeah.
So that's what I think. Yeah.
You can do this for yourself. This is actually very easy to test in the gym. Put on a 10-pound weight vest and climb.
Yeah.
And 10 pounds will do it. You know what I mean?
Like we discussed, my shirt weighs 10 pounds at all times. So,
take it right off. Yeah.
Once it comes off, I'm fine up there.
I walk into the gym with my shirt already off.
Yeah, and a beanie on, right?
Yeah.
That beanie weighs 10 pounds.
Except if it's a yellow Patagonia shirt, in which case it actually takes 10 pounds off.
Yeah.
And it actually increases your ape index.
Welcome to Vertical Thoughts, where we play D&D.
Yeah, it's like Skyrim.
Exactly. Yeah, there's classes to it.
Hey, I want to let you know this HDMI cable.
Yeah, I mean she's just chilling.
Out.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just
it wasn't in. Yeah, just
keeping it warm.
Whatever. Yeah, she's a cat. She's
that's
just a cat.
That's a cat.
That's a cat right there, dude.
Holy crap!
Shit, I thought that was a mouse.
Would I lie to you guys?
Holy crap!
That's a vertical cat. All right, so let's talk about body types and how they influence reflexively. So in other words, how do they affect yourself? So. Okay. Would you, and you asked me this question, in terms of being satisfied with your own body type, if there was an area that you could improve your body for climbing specifically, in other words, again, if someone was like, all right, I'm going to make you a pro climber, but also I'm God and you get to change one thing about yourself, what would it be? less muscle, less weights, less fats, more strength. You know, like it's a hard one.
Definitely less weight.
Okay,
Less weight.
makes
for
a
sure.
huge difference.
I wouldn't say more strength because I love the feeling of getting stronger. Like I don't like just like no gradual scale. I like to see an improvement.
Yeah.
Like when I was topping out at like purples and I couldn't get past it, and then I trained my ass off for a while. I was training. Do you remember that? Like I was just in the gym
And
training.
Not climbing so much, and like mostly training.
Yeah. It was just all cardio and 4x4s and pyramids and all that and different hangboard routines. And then I got back on the wall and I was just like significantly stronger, and I was very happy. I was like, hard work does pay off, and it felt good.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Ryan.
Oh man, I'd have to honestly say my mentality, my discipline. Like I respect the fact that you guys go as often as you do, because I go for like a month or two at a time, and then I'm like, take 5 months off.
Yeah.
You guys, I always see you guys there climbing. So I would have to say my mentality and the discipline I have to keep climbing and just stay with it.
Yeah.
Because it's hard for me now. Like I don't have the same motivation I used to have when I was climbing and when I was younger.
I like that answer.
Yeah. Hey man.
Good job.
Fist bump.
Respect.
Hey listeners.
Thanks for coming on, dude.
Hey man.
You're a gift.
Oh Jesus.
From God.
For you listeners, I'm blushing right now.
So for me, I think like it astoundingly is just finger strength, like across the board. That's like the one area that I really feel. Other than that, I feel like I'm generally like getting pretty well rounded in terms of just my body's composition. But in a survey done a couple years back in 2015 by it was cruxcrush.com. They're like a climbing blog, I guess you'd call them, or information website.
Yeah.
They surveyed over 2,000 climbers, and they found that women in general, again, based on their survey, feel more pressure in regards to their body type or to change their body type. They feel more pressure externally, so from the community. In other words, they just feel pressured kind of in general to have a more athletic or a slimmer, climber, quote unquote, climber body type. Whereas the men in the climbing community tend to feel pressured within themselves. They tend to put pressure on themselves to have a certain kind of body type. And I can't really tell you why that is, but the numbers were there, you know what I mean? And you can go on their website and look it up. And there's always like the stereotype, like you said, of the climber guys. They walk into the gym, first thing that comes off is the shirt, showing off their freaking killer smoking bods. But the opposite is also true. You know what I mean? There's also the dude that's in there specifically keeping on his shirt and like wears a bigger shirt, you know what I mean? Because he doesn't want anyone to see him.
Dude, here's my thing with that. Were you finished? I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Sure. I think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh, wait. No, I'm good.
Welcome to Vertical Thoughts.
Welcome back. Start the podcast over. We're done. It's ruined.
Claps.
Sync the audio.
Yeah. No, dude, like, I am a hot-blooded boy.
Yeah.
I'm a sweaty boy.
So the shirt off is a necessity.
It is not me trying to show off my body at all, dude. I get in the gym, I climb one yellow. I am sweating. I'm like, I need to take this shirt off.
You're so sweaty.
And I actually feel self-conscious. I'm like, dude, I hope, like, nobody.
I do too, actually.
Nobody thinks that I'm like that. Like, I'm like trying to flex and shit.
It's more of like the stereotype that we're fighting against.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same thing. Like that kind of strikes a chord with me when I take off my shirt. Sometimes even still, I'm like, I don't know. I'm like, my body could be a little more impressive. I could be a little bigger. Like
not at all.
Sometimes that
what do you
gets
mean, dude?
I know.
If you get any more impressive, I just don't know what I'd do.
I know what you would do.
Good looking man.
Thanks, man.
What was that calendar? Guys that can read or something?
Average guys reading.
You should calendar. You should be in that calendar. Dude.
Average guys reading.
You should just be average. Like, you should be reading like a really simple book like Dr. Seuss, and then just be like
upside down.
Yeah, upside down, and then like bring your glasses down. Like,
dude, this was a real calendar that I saw at the mall in the calendar kiosk. It was hot guys reading, and I was like, "What's up with the average guy? Where's the average guys at? Average guys reading."
I thought you said they were all average.
They to me, they looked average.
Everyone's attractive in their own way.
They are beautiful to their mothers. Is that my bottle opener?
Yeah, I'm going to get a beer break real quick.
All right.
I'm just going to replenish my beer.
Question for you, gentlemen.
Yeah.
Do you think that it's healthy to compare yourself to, again, I'm going to narrow this down to our sport. Do you think it's healthy to compare yourself to professional climbers in terms of just their body? You know what I mean?
I mean, like,
Not the capability of their climbing.
Exactly, just body composition.
just body.
Just I could look like that, or
For the aesthetics or for the point of climbing, like the purpose of climbing.
Either way, because
Both,
kind of the point I'm trying to make is that they're not necessarily directly related. The way someone looks and how good they are at climbing or how strong they are.
Yeah.
But certain people do look, agnostically more athletic. Put it that way, they look more fit. You know what I mean? And so, to us, like carnally as humans, that translates into like they're good at something. That guy's really fit. He does something cool with his life. Just kind of the way our minds work. Or like, what is the Dimitri Martin bit where he's like, oh, that guy's really nice abs. He must shit really fast. Kind of the same thing, right? You got to be good at something. So, do you think it's healthy in our sport to compare yourself to the pros, or compare your body? Put it that way, to compare your body to the pros.
It depends, because there's two different types of comparing. There's constructive and not constructive.
Sure.
Like whenever you compare yourself, like I'll never look like that, or I'll never, blah 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 blah. Like I won't look like that, therefore I will not climb that hard. Like that's not constructive.
Yeah.
So that's like
Yeah, because then you're doing the opposite of what we're talking. You're relating how they climb to the way they look, or the way their body is built, which they're disparate. I know it sometimes doesn't seem like it, but they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with what Zach said. I think there's a healthy way of looking up to the pro climbers, because I know when I was younger, when I was playing football for Pop Warner, my dad would find pro football players that played the position I would do and be like that guy, be like that guy.
Yeah.
But I never took it as I'm not that guy. I can't be that guy. I'm not good enough because I'm not that guy. But it gave me something to work towards.
Yeah.
And I guess the way when it becomes unhealthy is like what you guys were just saying is like, oh, I'll never be that person. No, that's not right. But
that kind of hard comparison.
Yeah, but you should always strive to be that good or better.
Sure.
Who knows? Maybe you're going to be the next superstar of rock climbing. Maybe you'll be Adam Andra, Chris Sharma.
Could be.
You better,
Yeah.
break ground.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So that comparison is difficult, and I can understand. We live in just a carnal world. You know what I mean? It's very difficult sometimes to look at someone who looks the way you want to look and to not look like that. And then you see yourself again and you're like, oh yeah, hey man, you're right, I guess. Come here.
Yeah.
No,
and so it's difficult. And again, we're, 3 white males, present company excluded.
Well, I'm halfway.
We're 2.5 white males.
2.5. That's a new show. What's up?
2.5 white males with like roughly similar body types. We definitely don't cover the whole spectrum. So I'm sure there's a lot of people that feel much stronger about this than we do. You know what I mean? Where they have a certain body type and they see other climbers in the gym and they think, I want to be like that. I urge those people to separate the two. Yeah. How good they are at climbing from what they look like.
Yeah,
I know it's difficult, but you can be bigger and you can also be good at climbing. You can be smaller and you can also be good at climbing. It doesn't. And I'm gonna hurt some feelings here a little bit. I think that there's little to no evidence to correlate your height with like your grade. In other words, how good you are at rock climbing. I don't believe that the taller you are, the easier climbing is for you. I think that our grading system incorporates that. I really do think that grading kind of makes up for that, and that when a climb is graded, for the most part, that is, kept in mind. And what that really comes down to, again, is what you're climbing on. If you have competent setters, you know what I mean? If you're climbing indoors and the setters can keep in mind, someone who's shorter, this will be hard for. Someone who's taller, this will be hard for. You kind of balance that a little bit. Mm-hmm. Outdoors, for me, honestly, it's just like find a climb that suits your body type. You know what I mean? Because you can't change the climbs outdoors. So, if there's a climb that someone specifically is like, oh, this is really reachy, and it's easier if you're tall. It's a common thing you hear, it's easier if you're tall. Mm-hmm. Find a different climb if you're short. Like, just don't do that one climb. There's millions of climbs out there.
I actually disagree with that.
Ooh.
I think it's better to jump on that climb and find a new way of doing it. Mm-hmm. That'll just make you a better climber.
Yeah, so I would agree with that.
Yeah.
I just mean the what you're saying about like putting yourself in a box.
Yeah.
Where you're like, I'll never be able to do that because I'm short. Or like that climb is easier for that guy because he's tall. Yeah. That weird mental box that people put themselves in. Yeah. I hear that kind of thing a lot at gyms where it's like, of course she can do that. She's 90 pounds.
Or like, that's some tall, reachy bullshit.
Yeah, of course he can do it. He's 6'11". It's like there's always that kind of like mentality. I know a lot of the times it can be just like candid and sort of jokey even, but don't don't put yourself in that box.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's not constructive.
No,
Yeah.
doesn't help you at all.
Like there's that little kid, Bren. Kid's like 11 years old. He's crushing
Brandon
freaking
Beauchamp,
amazing climbs.
he's very good.
Yeah, man.
Like double digits outdoors bouldering.
He
Very
finds
good.
a way, man.
Yeah.
He finds a way.
And he's tiny.
And he's got the best dad, too.
Yeah, his family's very nice.
Dude, that guy is the coolest dude.
Yeah. So, Ryan, you look like you had something real.
it was real important, but you guys just kept talking. I
Sorry,
didn't
dude.
want to be
Sorry.
You
rude.
say it right now.
I got lost in his eyes, dude.
Say it. Yeah, it
Ooh,
happens.
those are some lovely eyes.
I got lost in those thoughts. Sorry. I like
Lost
that,
in the vertical sauce.
I like that everybody's like, like a little like maniacal. Go ahead, sorry.
Are we good?
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
good.
Got all your system?
I'm chilling, dude.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway, I was gonna say, oh man, I discovered a long time ago when I was first climbing that a lot of rock climbing, I'm sure a lot of people know this, and I'm sorry if you've already covered it, it comes down to technique.
Oh, yeah.
There's the littlest things. It's my favorite story to tell, and I'll tell it in a second. But the littlest changes you do while you're climbing can make the difference when you're climbing a climb.
Micro beta.
Exactly. There was a time where I was trying to do this climb. I forgot what grade it was. It was a few years back, and I forgot who told me. But I was doing this climb, and my foot, I didn't have it the right way. I think I had my foot straight on into the wall instead of having my big toe and my heel against the wall.
Drop knee.
Yeah. No. Well,
Was it a drop knee?
no, it was just a foothold. It just had my toe on
Oh,
there.
my bad. Okay.
And it was a vital worker, and he came up to me. He's like, "Hey, just do this with your toe real quick," and I finished the climb just from that little bit.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people, like I said, will chalk it up to weight or size, when sometimes it's just your technique. Sometimes it's your experience. Like
Good
Being a
point.
good climber.
yeah,
That was a good point. Yeah.
a lot of the pro climbers didn't become pro climbers overnight. They've spent
Absolutely not.
years and hours
Yeah.
dedicated their life to this. They're good because they spent that time and took the time to do all this.
Mm-hmm.
It takes time. You're not gonna be good overnight. Just put it in the work. You'll get there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I think for the most part, and this may shock some people, I don't have statistics to back this up, but if you take a lot of the pro climbers in the world, take climbing out of their lives, let's say they never climbed, I think their body types would be pretty close to the same. I don't think climbing drastically changes your body type. I think maybe it'll build a lot of strength, and maybe it'll
Changes your hands.
certainly your hands and
Yeah,
fingers. Yeah, for sure. Tendons and that kind of thing. It has changes on your body, but not your like overall body type. It doesn't move you from, the A to B body type.
No.
So you have to keep that in mind. You have what you have.
Yeah.
So work the technique. And that was kind of where I was coming is full circle. And kind of what you said, where like, if there's a climb that's easier for someone tall and you're short, find better technique than the tall person.
Yeah.
Yeah, get a higher foot, smear it out, dyno,
Definitely.
you know what I mean? Whatever. Focus on technique, because that is so, in my opinion, so much more valuable
Yeah.
than being tall. I think that if you have good technique, you'll climb circles around the tall boys at your gym.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
Just climb up to those stretchy boys and just hit them with a nice lame, little
Flex,
French bicycle.
Flex. Flex on them.
Flex. Take your shirt off, leave your beanie on.
Whip
They-
them.
they-
Whip them knees back. What's up?
It's the law,
What's up, G?
Figure
law of
four.
equivalent exchange. You take one piece of clothing off, you have to put another piece of clothing.
That's absolutely accurate.
Socks on your hands. I don't know. Just you have
Me
to
too.
have
Dude,
equal
what about
amount.
people that like every single time like I tell somebody I'm a climber and they don't know anything about climbing, they're like, "Do you wear the gloves?" I'm like, I don't wear shit, dude. No, like
Yes, I do. Yeah.
To have
I
naked
wear
hands.
them on my feet.
Uh-huh.
That's where I wear the gloves.
Do you wear those weird little slippers? I've gotten that question before. Do you wear the weird little slippers?
I wear Crocs on
Actually,
the wall.
I actually don't get that question. Nobody knows about the shoes or anything
Yeah,
like that.
I think you have to have like been in a climbing gym to know
Yeah.
that one.
or just like watched any climbing.
But also, every sport has special shoes.
Yeah.
not surfing. Take the shoes off.
Well, don't they
I
have
don't know,
wetsuit
man.
kind of slippers?
they got booties, but that's like
Booties.
They got booties.
They
They
got
got
booties.
but they don't use that for like traction or anything.
They don't
like
use
that.
their booties for traction, bro. That's so they don't step on the sharkies, bro.
It's for cold water. Y'all are kooks right now. I'm leaving, dude.
Did you just kook shame me, bro?
Fucking dead, bro. The freaking.
I'm about to take a bite of this delicious cricket protein bar, dude.
Oh my
Calm your
god!
nerves. There's about to be a fight in the
You just
studio.
took a freaking like advertisement break. Let me get a bite of that.
You want a bite?
It's really good, yeah.
Zach thinks it's good.
It's fucking thick, dude. This will make you thicker.
Have that one.
Yeah.
Feed it to me. Oh god.
So
No, I'm good.
we're coming
spit.
coming full circle here at the end of this.
Okay.
My point that I want to make that we've really come around to is just that, again, you have what you have. You're born a certain way, your body composition, some things you just can't change. Your body type, you cannot change. You can capitalize on what you have for sure. There is like, the transformation stories. This guy was 500 pounds and now he's $180 and he's ripped and he's still your girlfriend. And, there's the whole, there's always stuff like that
I
exists.
remember telling you that story.
The Chad. The Chad.
The Chad.
Kyle.
The Chads and Kyles of the world.
The Kyle.
And that's like really cool for those people. But the body type still is the same. Their frame structurally, they're the same person in there. You know what I mean? They're just changing the percentages, the balance of, fat, muscle, etc.
Definitely.
So really work with what you have. And Ryan freaking brought it home for us, dude. Home run. Work on the technique. Turn those knees in. Hit a bicycle every once in a while. Like do something crazy.
Even when it's not necessary, bicycle.
Even especially when it's not necessary, bicycle.
When it's a heel, bicycle instead.
Yeah.
And if you really want to get intense, tricycles.
Do a tricycle, dude. Yeah.
Where the fuck is the
Three
third?
wheels, more
I'm
power.
trying to picture what that.
I would say it, but I can't say it now.
It's inappropriate.
And if you really want to work
I
out,
know what you're saying.
get those big wheels.
Third leg in there. Yeah.
Get them big wheels.
So focus on the
Ladies and
technique.
gents.
Technique makes up for everything, for height, strength. If you can't be the strongest, be the best.
Can I say this?
Don't kill them.
He's really gearing up to say something right now, dude.
That's like,
What are you about to say, dude?
If it's not a knee bar, don't use your knee.
Yeah, knee scum. Okay, indoors. I'll give some credit for knee scum in outdoors because sometimes those mantles, those California granite mantles, you just gotta just throw a knee up there, dude.
Dude, I hit Meadows direct.
Uh huh.
I fucking whale crawled over
There's
that
a
thing
lot of choss in here
because
in
it's
California.
so tiring.
Yeah.
It's a climb and it's it's a pretty rough climb in Joshua Tree. I think it's like V6. It's just like you get through this all this tiring crimpy to slope to big moves going out riding a rail, and then a really close freaking heel up to your hands, and then you have to
Chossy mantle.
pull over, and
Yeah.
then
You just lay on the rock.
weak boy.
Yeah. So I would agree. And we've talked about that specifically on the show before, is people who climb above their grade technique wise,
Yeah.
and they'll use their strength to pull 1 or 2 grades higher than they should, just skipping the technique. That's fine because that's literally just the inverse of what I'm talking about. Using technique to make up for a lack of strength and then using a strength to make up for a lack of technique. It's fine. You know what I mean? I'm not going to fault you for it if you're stronger than I am, but just no, I'm coming for you. Ooh. I've been watching
I've been
a lot of Netflix.
oh my God.
No, it is what it is. So that's what I have to say about it. It's just make the most of what you got.
Yeah, definitely.
I know that
love yourself
maybe that's cheesy. I don't even know.
and others.
No, it's not cheesy.
I think to some people that's just not obvious with rock climbing. People are like, oh yeah, there's an obvious correct body type for climbing.
No. Just climb.
You have what you have.
Just climb. Work on the things that you're weak at.
Yeah.
Just work on it.
And now I will say again, we don't represent the whole playing field, and I will say that there is a lack of representation of certain body types in high level professional climbing. But I think you'll find that's true with any high level athletic activity. You know what I mean? Is you don't have people that are upwards of 250, 300 pounds plus doing stuff like that because you're pulling more weight up the wall, so you have to be proportionally more strong.
Yeah.
That gives me all the more respect for people that are heavier who do this sport because, dude, sometimes I feel so goddamn heavy and I am so not at all that dude, I'm just I'm in awe. I think about it. And we had Jeremy Arntz here on the show, and he was talking about, climb when he first started climbing or when he first picked up climbing, and he was, I don't remember the number, so I'm not going to throw it out there, but he was a heavier gentleman, and he since has lost a lot of weight. But it's just, I can't imagine coming from a place like that and trying climb. I would give it up after one session.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
I listen to that podcast. I like that cat.
Yeah. Jeremy's really cool.
Yeah. Shout out to you.
Jeremy, the homie. We're going to visit you in Austin
up,
Bouldering
man.
Project. Zach's moving to Texas, maybe.
I'm moving all over the place.
Zach's moving everywhere, dude. Coming soon to a theater.
We'll go to
near you.
Franklin's.
Yeah. Franklin's the little
shit.
turtle. You remember him?
No,
Franklin goes to school.
it's a barbecue.
Franklin goes rock climbing.
Oh, it's a barbecue.
Sorry about Liam, guys.
It's not a children's book turtle.
Welcome back to Barbecue Thoughts.
If you start a podcast named Barbecue Thoughts, I'm suing you.
Oh my God. Barbecue ideas.
Barbecue What did I say?
I don't know what you said. What did you say?
Barbecue?
Barbecue.
Barbecue. Dude, you're getting tired, I can tell.
Oh, boy.
I can see in your adorable little face.
I love it when he gets tired because anything will make him laugh.
Shut up.
Is that true?
Anything will make him laugh. It's my favorite quirk about him.
Yeah.
It's
Cork.
Quirk, yeah. It's the best thing.
Ladies and gentlemen, I am now a wine bottle.
See, he fucking laughs at anything, dude. Anything will make him laugh. Sorry.
I can't wait till the next time we have you on. Right.
Oh.
Have you in?
There's going to be a next time?
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
Does anyone have any final thoughts? Any closing thoughts about different body type? This is one of those ones that's going to have multiple episodes.
Of course.
We can't possibly cover
Definitely.
everything there is to cover.
Especially with such a minimal viewpoint.
Yeah. We cover a pretty small point of the spectrum, but I kind of did that intentionally. We have three relatively similar people here. We're looking outside, and there's, I think that probably in between my build and your build, we're literally like small, medium, and large here.
Yeah.
Like in between me and Ryan, I
a
think
large one.
there lies like a large percentage of climbers. I think that a lot of like avid climbers fall somewhere in between our body types.
Definitely.
And it's just, it's cool to see a community though that has such a huge spread of different body types and people that look differently and their bodies operate and function differently. And like Paul Robinson's a good example. We had Paul on the show and I watched a lot of his videos in preparation for having him on the show because I like his climbing style a lot. But one thing about him is that he is like polar opposite of someone like Chris Sharma and Jimmy Webb in that he doesn't look super strong. He's not an imposing figure at all. But he is incredibly strong and he makes climbing look incredibly easy, even like next to someone who looks incredibly strong, and he's right there with them or better than them, and it's crazy to see that. And so for me, like the fact that exists gives me hope because I'm like, dude, us skinny boys, we got to stick together, dude.
I'm coming up. I'm
getting thick.
My booty
Been
claps,
thick.
Dude, I've done
I'm gonna
been thick.
let it show.
Oof.
Who you been talking to? How you know my booty claps?
I watch it.
Brooke?
Did she tell you that?
No. Yeah.
Did she tell you about
No, yeah.
No.
Maybe a little
Yeah.
bit. And then I watched it happen.
My booty clapping days are over. All right. They're
booty
behind me.
Booty sweating clapping days.
Liam, stand up and give us a clap, my boy.
Stand up and give us a clap.
Give us a round of applause, you know what I'm saying?
Round of applause.
That's
Thank
Liam's
you.
booty.
That's for you, actually.
Damn.
That was a reflexive round of applause.
I hope that wasn't too loud.
Do you have any final thoughts, Ryan? Bring it home for us, baby.
Oh, God.
Tie it together. Oh, good.
Put the pressure on. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is wonderful podcasting brought to you by Ryan Byrd. I would just say,
Not you.
not what?
Not
Continue.
What happened?
Go, yeah.
Edit it out. God, what was I trying to say? I had it all in my head and I forgot. Go, Zach.
Okay. Final thoughts, probably from me. I love this community a lot.
No, yeah.
It's definitely, at some points, it can be elitist, but not in a grand scheme of things.
Yeah.
I've come from a lot of sports where it's very degrading and like elitist. Like that's the best way I can put it. But this community is the best community because they just want to build each other up. They want to send.
Absolutely.
Everybody wants to send.
Yeah.
I love it.
This is exactly what I was trying to say before. I totally forgot.
Almost word for word.
Yeah, I was going to say.
And we send, and send is also an acronym, right? It's SEND.
SCEND.
To vertical thoughts.
Sorry. I interrupted
We
you.
send. Yeah.
Okay.
And this is a good time to let you guys know this will air on Monday, July 8th. So what's up? If you're listening to this on Monday, July 8th, have a good July 9th, I hope you had a good July 4th. Just have a good life, honestly.
Hell yeah.
I do want to say this.
Say it.
I'm going to Colorado this week.
Yo.
Going to Rocky Mountain National Park.
He's going to be in RMNP. Are you going to hop on Delirium V15?
No, I'm not.
Okay.
But
It ain't going to be the same after I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Just kidding. It's going to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Pack in, pack out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, leave no trace.
Yeah, leave no trace. Scouts on her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So this is coming out on July 8th. I just want to let all of our viewers know, those of you here in Southern California, we are going to be at another event. That's right. The last few we've been at have been Vital events. We're branching out. Not that we don't love Vital. There is a Vital event coming up shortly. That's the tie-dye disco. It's the anniversary party for our local Vital Marietta gym. We will actually not be present with a vendor booth at that event, but we will probably still be there sponsoring. And maybe dynoing. I don't know. It's a dyno competition. So
I was gonna say I knew you were competing.
Yeah,
I know you're.
I can't
competing.
run a booth. I'm trying to dyno.
Yeah,
Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
They have a dyno contest.
Fuck! Look at those finger snaps.
But July 24th, it is a Wednesday. Hangar 18, Upland, California. We are going to be there for their vendor night. It's going to be a lot of fun.
What day is that?
It's a Wednesday, July 24th.
What time?
I believe it starts at like 6 p.m., something like that, 5 p.m.
What time are you leaving?
I am leaving at, I will be there around 3 o'clock to set up.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
I got work. I want to go.
It'll be cool. If you're in Southern California, if you climb the Hangar 18 gyms, make sure you stop by Upland on July 24th and say, what's up? Get some merch. We're going to have, rumor has it, we're going to have some new shirts. New spicy shirt design.
Wow.
Yeah, it actually increases your ape index like Patagonia shirts do. We borrowed the technology. Yeah.
Powder, you can get it back.
Like these shirts, are they also $80?
85, but that's a fair price.
I was helping you. I thought you were gonna be like, no, they're actually whatever price, $20.
You shouldn't have lowballed me then.
I didn't lowball you. I set you up.
You get a free sticker, whatever, dude. It's just $12 extra.
That makes me want to buy it.
I want one.
Free shipping.
Come say hi. At least me, I'll be there. These cats, maybe you'll see them. I don't know. Maybe you'll see them around.
I'll be there.
If you're in Colorado, you maybe you run into Zach.
Yeah, run into
If
me.
you do,
dude.
just keep your distance, and you gotta stand up real big, make yourself look big,
No sudden movements.
look as big as you can. You yell, get away!
Don't let him lead you, and also don't let him follow you.
Yeah, play dead. Make sure you play dead.
Play dead.
Yeah.
If I attack you, play dead.
Yeah,
I know,
and if he
imagine going to
begins, what?
If he begins coitus, just let it happen.
I'd say imagine going to the fucking event and then just see a bunch of people laying around Zach. We're all playing dead.
Yeah,
He's a dangerous animal.
they know what to do. He's a very dangerous man.
Yeah.
Thanks for coming on the show, guys.
Dude, thanks for having us.
You guys are super pretty.
Really?
Yeah.
Never been called pretty in my whole life.
Do I
Thanks,
get a
bro.
rose?
Do you get a rose?
Mm-hmm.
No.
the nose super close.
No, and I just want to remind you all to watch ABC's The Bachelor.
Oh, did I mess up?
Psych. Don't watch that. Watch The Office before it comes off Netflix.
True. Watch The Office before it comes off Netflix. We are out of here, boys. Thank you for... Give it to me. There you go.
Give it to me.
Thank you for freaking listening. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Or I don't know. Maybe we'll have Adam Andra on the show. Who knows? Bye.